Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Good Monday evening to everybody out there, all you Southern Fried Podcast fans, all members of Cornbread Nation, you breadheads. Hey, Lewis, we got everybody in the house tonight.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Mama said yes. And what did Mama say? Mama said,
Get
go
out.
vote.
Oh,
That's it.
hey, that wasn't
No
even
doubt.
rehearsed.
Wasn't even rehearsed. That's what Mama said. Get off your tail and get out there and vote.
Hey, it's
And,
election eve, people. Those of you who hadn't voted, let's get out there and do it.
and if you haven't voted, you're one of the very few because most of the country, I think, has voted. There's still millions, but there's still a lot of folks that need to vote, but I'd say most of them have
Yes,
at this
and
point.
and
But it'll be a busy day, I'm sure.
and tomorrow night we're going to be up. We're going to start our coverage probably around 6:30, maybe 7. Depends on what time everybody get together. But Dave will be closing down the polls. He'll be joining us after he gets done, and we're going to be asking him some questions too. We're going to put him in the hot seat.
That's right. I just found out today. I didn't know this. I was talking to my manager that's at my precinct. He let me know that when we did make that journey down to election headquarters, we would have a police escort. I love it.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're not playing up here in Catoosa County, brother. We're gonna make it happen.
Good job, Lewis. You get out there and vote in the morning. I think
Yes,
all of us on here have voted. Michael, you voted, hadn't you?
he was the absentee ballot. So
That's right. You had the absentee.
I
So
think that there's something. And I've said there's something special about voting on election day,
there
but
is.
I just think that because of my situation, I vote early. But there is something special about doing it on election day. So, but yeah,
And look, everybody, y'all get out there and vote. It's not our job to tell you who to vote for. It's not even our place. That's your business. But we do believe every American should vote, especially on president and locals and everything. Yeah, it's these are the people who's going to be making the political decisions. It's important. Let your voices be heard. Get out there. Oh my goodness. Please, please, please vote.
yes,
Uh,
yes, absolutely.
and everybody's welcome on this show, and we really, really, really love all of our fans. We don't care what your political affiliation. We're open and honest about ours. We don't. What yours is your business. We're not gonna tell you, but who to vote for. Uh, we love all of our peoples. Uh,
All of our peoples.
it don't matter who gets elected tomorrow. We gonna pray for them.
What was that? I don't know. I've got my mind always works kind of crazy. What was that scene in Coming to America where he says, "Welcome to America"? Wasn't that Eddie Murphy or something? My mind, I'm just loosely remember that. Welcome to America. He was like the king or something or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
but Eddie Murphy played. He was the prince, but he
He was the
played.
prince. Yeah.
He played so many characters in that movie. You know, including an old white Jewish guy. That was amazing. Uh,
I talked
okay.
to her a couple of weeks ago. I haven't talked to her lately. In fact, I was thinking about reaching out to her Wednesday, but I haven't. Lewis would be probably more likely to have heard from her than I have. I think he sees her often. So, Maybe he could tell us, but I haven't heard from her, and I was thinking about her today. So
Okay. Um, so, yeah, we had some rough people here that night. And you, Lewis, you tell her that's not an issue anymore. Please. We have fixed that for now.
well, she come
So,
back pretty hard. She handled it too. I mean, she was.
yeah. What does that mess with her at your own risk there, Diggins?
I
Uh,
was looking at her Instagram live and making sure it looked good. Their posts do not show up in here, and I've got a couple of channels, and both one of them I've checked is definitely good, so I'm sure the other one is. So um, I need to look at the other side. I'm trying to get that password on my iPad. So anyway, just checking the other streams, and definitely want to increase our Discord soon. We'll be working on that soon. Get people in the Discord channel as well. Give them an opportunity to come into one place and all can communicate
Thank you,
cleanly.
sir. We appreciate that. There, Lewis.
Thank you, Lewis. Yes, we think the world of our friend Juliet. I bet. Yeah, I know, man. Life is busy, a lot going on. So
Mm.
absolutely, I want me and her to hook up on talking about some true crime. I want her to come in and talk about a couple of cases, put together a show, and we'll uh, we'll get in unison. And she's going to be come in and talk about it. She knows more about. Well, one of the cases I'm pretty versed in. The other was she's more versed in. So see if I can get her to do that. We'll try to drive traffic to her channel.
Yeah.
So
And
absolutely.
I want to give an update on the young lady we've been praying for. Uh, and well, I was hoping that we'd have a friend of ours come in tonight and give an update. But yeah, she is actually up talking, and she's not up, but she's talking. Erica Morgan, friend of ours, niece. She's at Vanderbilt now. They're running on some really, really strong antibiotics, and these things are so strong they actually hurt. I mean, it's strong, but she's responding well. She's actually talking some now, eating, drinking, and she's going to have to. She's still got a long road ahead of her getting over this, but she is making progress. God be praised. And
Amen.
uh, so we did a prayer of thanks this morning, and just for her mom to hear her say hi, mommy, today. And this young lady's 21 years old, and she's got some issues, but for her mom to be able to hear that today, that had to be a blessing. So, Dave, won't you lead us one more time in a quick prayer of thanks for this young lady, and we'll get on with the show.
Absolutely. Let's pray. Father, we thank thee, Lord, today that we have the blessing of being able to pray. Lord, that our prayers are heard. We thank you, Father, for the good news we're hearing. There's a road of recovery, but we see hope and we see light at the end of the tunnel. And every day is a new day. And we're thankful for the great news we've heard and the relief to family. And just pray that they'll get all the support and resources and things they need as these things can take a while. And, the financial part will be there for them and things they may need that being out of town, places to stay, food to eat, and all those things, Lord, may that be those that'll step up and supply those things and work together to help them along their way. And we're thankful for the good nurses and doctors and all those that you've blessed with knowledge and to do the part that they do. And then, Father, mostly what you do and the healing that you have brought. We're thankful for that. Strengthen her, give her extra strength every day. She'll continue to recover and get back to her normal life in a short amount of time as possible. Lord, in accordance with thy will, in Christ's name we continue to pray.
Amen. All right. Thank you, Dave. That was, uh, I this young lady. I was able to actually get some details today. She is uh, 21 years old. All this came about right after her first wedding anniversary.
Wow.
So, I mean, and she's the baby of the family. So, yeah, that's, she's not a baby. She's 21. She's grown, but she's still a
Yeah.
baby. you know, uh,
21 be young. I was
yeah,
thinking today of when I was thinking about someone today, and they were talking about how old they were, and they're like a professional player or something, like 21 years old. And I thought, man, what was I doing at 21? I did see that, Mike. I appreciate it. I did read Zen's post. Just continue to
yeah,
play for Zen as well. He's getting better. Um, just it's had a rough go, man. He's been in the hospital for like 20 days or something, and just getting back on his feet. We got to get Santa back on his feet, man.
absolutely.
I mean, that's tough, but appreciate you updating there. That's just so tough. Well, we've gotten down to the eve before, and all the people going to vote, and it looks, like I said this morning, I think they have relegated their campaign on the Democratic side to attack Trump, and we're not Trump, and he's horrible. Yeah, I know he did, and he'll be
Yeah, we,
back. But uh, it looks as though that Pennsylvania is and of course, maybe Wisconsin, but Pennsylvania is the battleground. Pennsylvania is ground zero now for both campaigns. And they're working some other places, but that seems to be where they're colliding right there in Pennsylvania on the eve of Election Day. And
well,
that's the spot.
there's a lot about elections, but is it just me, or am I glad this thing's finally here? We've been talking about this day and talking about this day and leading up to it, leading up to it. And there's been a lot of information, a lot of stories, and all the trash talk from both sides.
Well,
I'm glad.
campaigns can be weary on the voter as well. I mean,
Yeah,
we hear so much, and there's so, it intensifies as they get closer to election day. And there's a lot of people that for any election, not just president,
yeah,
they're kind of ready to move on from campaign ads, campaign signs, getting the text, the emails, the phones, and every video you look at online has a commercial about that on the radio. You can't get away from it, and there's a real just drains people, and they're really done with it. I mean, they want to see good results, and it's like, okay, let's get back to, let's move
yeah.
forward. Take a little pause as they get ready for. They're not sworn in until after the first of the year, and so it gives them a chance to, take a breath a little bit, so
Well,
to speak.
here's my question now. If Kamala wins, will she go ahead and be making the decisions instead of Joe? I
Well,
know.
there's been questions about this all along, but technically, she's not sworn in until January. Whoever is would not be sworn in until January 20th, 2025. So, um, the only way that could happen is if they kick Joe completely out, like he steps down from being president. I don't see him doing that. They did kick him to the side. I mean, old Joe calling all the Trump followers garbage. I mean, that was the last time. They're done with Joe. Joe got his walking papers, at least for being on stage, being in the spotlight. That's just a bunch of deplorable garbage.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: Is Joe going to pardon Hunter? He said he
He
wouldn't.
he claimed he wouldn't do that. The last thing he says is he wouldn't do that, but who knows? I think
I,
they worked out a deal where he's not. I mean, he's not going to. I mean, he went ahead and pled guilty, and I don't think it's going to be where he's like got to go to jail or anything. They're going to work that out. So, well,
uh,
but they don't. There's no love. I mean, there's no love lost between them. I don't think Jill would allow that.
I don't either.
I'm
Uh,
going to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jill uh, submarine her campaign a little bit. I'm serious. Behind the scenes, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. They don't like her, man. They don't like her. They would never admit to that, but they
yeah.
don't like her.
Do you think Kamala will pardon Hunter?
Uh, that Not
That
not
could
right
be
away.
part of the deal.
Not right away because if she wins, she can I mean she can go 2 terms. She wouldn't do that right away. She wouldn't
No,
want that garbage on her. You
no.
know, speaking of garbage, she wouldn't want that to mess up her. She wouldn't. She don't even like answering questions. Why would she want to ask questions about that? So
So that is something. I mean, I'm not going to get into that. I was going to make some comments, but I'm not going to because you know, yeah, I am. How can you have somebody potentially elected president that won't answer questions? Are they not to be questioned? Are we supposed to just accept whatever they throw at us? That's not the American way. We answer. We ask questions. Uh,
who said they're about the American way?
yeah. Well, money.
I mean, what was
Uh,
Superman always about?
yeah.
Truth, justice.
The American way. He
Uh,
was. They took that away from him. Now he's just truth and justice. You
yeah.
know. Uh, well, you can't say they're about truth anymore. What was that they put out? Oh, where it just happened. Just outright lied. The media did.
Oh well, that's
Uh,
they've been doing that.
yeah, but I mean, you take the lies like price gouging. One of the biggest lies ever, and she puts it on every ad that she has, and it's a lie. It's a lie.
But
These
here's the
companies have
problem.
to.
Her followers they don't realize that's a lie. They've bought it. They've drank the Kool Aid.
Yeah, but come on, even the Kool Aid now costs more. They have to buy the products that the prices have gone up. Because the fertilizer and stuff, the farmers ain't making no more. But to get the product in, and then it costs more to make whatever they're making, like bread, and they got to pay more for everything for bread, the electricity, the fuel, was run the stoves, the ingredients to go in it. They have to pay more for it. So now it costs more. So it goes to the warehouse or to the bakery, or from the bakery to the distribution center. They have to pay more for it. Then it goes on out to the stores. Well, the stores have got to pay more for it. And guess what? Then we have to pay more for it. It's not gouging. It's the
But,
way it works.
but Bob, you're expecting them to understand that when their spokesperson is Cardi B, who doesn't understand that as well, and is up on stage bragging about it. That she told me to my face that she's going to stop this, and I wasn't going to vote, but I'm voting for her. I mean, think of her following. Think of
Man,
Cardi. It's horrible. I can't stand that. But I will say, if Kamala wins, I want her to be the press secretary, White House press secretary. I think it would be comic gold every day for that. Hey, Daniel, welcome into our show.
hey, sugar britches. I need to call you tomorrow. We got to get you on the computer. Your butt's coming on this show. You need to be on here. You probably take Dave's job away from him. Well, I don't know. Right now, he's the second best looking one on here. And if you were on here, you would be the second best looking one.
Dude, if you look at his profile pic, you better back up, dude, because he's got you smoked.
Let me tell you something. He's catfishing with that profile pic.
I'm just saying. You look at that picture and tell me
I've
who's
seen
who's
that
who's the
picture.
better looking
I've
specimen.
seen that picture, and I've worked with Daniel. I know Daniel, and he's catfishing with Daniel. Who you catfishing with that profile picture?
Well, he. How do you know? You ain't seen him in a while. He might have got had some cosmetic work done or something. You don't know, man. He might have found the fountain of youth,
Daniel's
man.
too,
He's going
Daniel's
he's going
too,
the other way. You already said he's
Daniel
the hardest working
too
man in
manly.
Georgia.
Daniel's too manly to have cosmetic work done. Daniel, I love you, brother. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. We're gonna get you on here. We're gonna find you a computer that you can get on. It's got a camera, and we're gonna get you on here, one way or the other. Uh, yeah. That's right. Okay. You can just
Is
work on, you practice what you're going to say and take over Dave's job.
is his handle there going to be Sugar Britches? Is that going to be the handle?
Yeah. Yeah. Daniel Sutherland. And his tagline is going to be Sugar Britches. The hardest working man in Chatsworth.
Well, you could be he could be he's the worker and you're the lazy. I mean,
Say his
you
name, Dave.
you might be the laziest man in Miller County
I might be.
or Colquitt.
Hey, when you're this good looking, you don't have to work. And there ain't no Colquitt.
Oh,
Never heard of Colquitt. Come on, Dave, say his name one time for him. Make him happy.
Daniel.
No, say his real name. Come on, say it.
Well, hey, Sugar B and Cardi B. Hey, it rhymes.
That's not nice. Not while I'm drinking coffee, dude. You wait till I was taking a swallow and throw that out there.
You dang right I did.
Daniel, Sugar B, you know,
Welcome to
nah,
all the
he likes to
patrons
say
in our
Sugar Brit.
Instagram channel. We appreciate you. But
Yes,
just know if you
absolutely.
comment, I have that chat box pulled up and we can see your chats if you so want to get involved in the discussion. Also, we do have a Discord channel called Southern Fried Podcast.
Uh, uh, Michael, that's not very nice.
I can't compete with your profile pictures. I wasn't trying.
Yeah, see, he likes sugar.
Michael's been on there throwing all kind of profile pics up. Like I said, he's called some young retired ladies to run off the road. I mean, they not supposed to be. They're playing on their phone, scrolling them while they're driving, and his profile picture pulled up, and they found out he was single. They about ran off the road up here, caused wrecks.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I am awfully glad that Michael's putting all these profile pictures up. It's very useful. I've been printing them off, taping them to my baseboards. I ain't seen a bug in this house in weeks.
They're almost glamour pictures.
Yeah, scared the bugs off. So I know you do, Daniel, but Dave, he feels like he's too macho to say Sugar Britches.
I've said it before.
Well, let's hear you say it
I
again. Let's refresh our memories. What it sounds like coming out of your mouth.
Britches sugar.
Michael said, "Yeah, right. Don't make me laugh." But I hadn't seen a bug in the house in weeks. Terminator man,
Oh,
I hate you after I put that out there. Everybody be taping up pictures on their baseboards. Sorry, that's not
no,
nice.
he's probably going to take a full page ad out in the Walker County Messenger, and he's he's going to be like that scene out of what was it? Groundhog Day, where he's auctioned off.
Yes, yeah.
What do I get for this fine specimen? One night with Michael and go out on a date. For charity.
Yeah, if you up your bid by $10, we'll give him a ladder to step on.
Oh man!
Oh,
Oh, I can't believe you went there, man.
oh,
And he was
oh.
being so nice. Now the flamethrower is going to come out. Way to go, Robert.
Well, I just woke Michael up. It'll be all right.
All right, folks. We're going to loosely talk about. We don't have any special graphics or anything, but let's go down the list of states and start listing the electoral vote and who pretty much already has what. So, Rob, if you want to keep count, we'll go west to east.
All
We'll
right.
include the outliers when we go west. So just put down Trump and, as he says, Kamala.
Kamala.
She, China.
Yeah,
I love the way he does that.
I do too. All right.
Well, we already know, I mean,
California.
as much as anybody can know, that California Oregon and Washington is going Democrat. So California has 54 electoral votes.
Okay.
8 for Oregon, 12
Okay.
for Washington.
Okay. So the whole West Coast is going for Kamala.
Well, that is the West Coast. I mean,
Yeah. I mean that's the entire West Coast. So that's
but
7.
let's throw in the outliers.
Okay.
Hawaii always goes Democrat. That's 4. And Alaska should go Trump. First one for him, 3. So give us a tally. Well, we know Trump's 3 right now. If we stop right there, how much does Kamala have just off of that? That's a lot of electoral votes.
78.
78. So that definitely puts her less than 200, needing 270, right? I mean, right
Yeah.
there. So, all right, let's stop right there. We're not going to blast through these. We're going to do these through the program. So, I just want to talk. I just want to make comments about this a little bit. I get California, but California is such a diverse. There is a conservative block of California, but obviously with the cities and everything about California. But what is it about Oregon and Washington that makes them so liberal? I mean, what is it? I don't know. Can you explain that? I get California. They promised them everything. They've run the state into, huge bankruptcy. They all the. I mean, it's Hollywood, and it's the wine and cheese and all that stuff. But it's a diverse state, but it's very liberal. Conservatives are moving out by the droves and moving to the East Coast, so that's even less conservatives.
Washington or Oregon, where part of the state was trying to jump in with Idaho because Idaho's values more aligned with theirs.
That's Oregon, and it is some eastern counties. They really want to join Idaho. There is an outside shot they can make that happen, but that's not going to happen for this election.
No.
Explain, Michael. I'm not understanding. It is not computing in my brain what you mean by that. They are away from everyone and think they can do what they want. What do you mean, the phrase away from everyone? What does that mean? I'm being serious. I'm not joking. Just explain. What does that mean? Because, I mean, I get it. If you look at Portland, and what's the big city in Washington?
Seattle.
Seattle. I watch those cop shows and all that stuff from there. I mean, it's just way different things. Are beautiful, beautiful areas. I mean, beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
But what is? I mean, I know there's conservatives there because I know some ministries that are there. But what is it that makes is that the cities, which are usually Democrat, dominate the population so much, and there's not enough people in the rural areas? Is that the story here? Is that why they're blue? Because of the cities have the most of the people in the suburbs?
I think
that's
so.
what I would think. That's what I would think.
There's I think it's much the same way Georgia went blue last year. There's so many people in the cities that it dominates the sparser population out in the rural area. But let me see what I can find on that. There he goes.
Michael says, you give a child freedom, they go down in control. Well, I know someone in Seattle, and he does whatever he wants without repercussions. Okay, well, that's not only just there, though. I mean, we could say that about a lot of places. I mean, I get what you're saying, true. But what is it about the demographics that makes it always be blue? Is it because, as I said, the cities, which I mean, people by the majority, the people in the cities are libs. They vote Democrat. I mean, is it because of the work of the unions? A lot of people on government assistance. I mean, it's a combination of things. I don't think it's one thing. I'm just asking. I'm just throwing things out there. Anyway, that's, That's a huge block. That is a huge deficit right there. You have to overcome that.
Yeah.
And that's why Trump has to win all of those smaller electoral votes and add them up, and of course some of the bigger ones too. But anyway, I just wanted to let's skip over and let's run a few for Trump here. I'm gonna skip over
Here,
the
here.
okay. This is Washington. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you got?
And you got Bellingham, you have Seattle, you have Olympia, and over here, and then just south of Spokane in Whitman County, and down here in Vancouver. You know, but
That's a what
rural
was that?
parts of the state is
So
red.
this was 2020 is what you
Yeah,
pulled
this
up.
was Biden and Trump.
So he Biden got 2 million. What is that? Three.
2,369,612. Donald Trump got 1,584,651.
Okay. Well,
But you
a really
had,
convincing win. But there's
but here's the
but look,
thing.
look at all more of the counties are red, but they're not big count. I bet they're not big. The
They're not,
population's
they're not as
smaller.
populated. But you've
Yeah,
got, because you got the Bighorn Mountains and everything else up through here.
yeah.
But you've got still Bellingham, Seattle, Olympia, Vancouver, and just south of Spokane. All the rest of it, you know, if it wasn't for that area,
What's the one on the right over there, away from the others? What was that one? What was that?
Whitman County,
Whitman
just
County.
south of Spokane. And this area here, this is the Puget Sound, and
Yeah.
it's a very populated area. You got Naval Shipyard, everything else in there. Bremerton, Washington's in there. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on right there. So, yeah, like you see, it's just like everywhere else in the country. In the more heavily populated areas, it goes Democrat. The more rural areas, conservative.
And liberals want to drop people more towards the cities.
Yeah.
They do.
Yes. All right. Now let me
Okay.
look.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and while we're doing this,
Yeah. Let's look at
let's
Oregon.
go ahead and
I think
when
it's
we
interesting. I like to learn. And we don't always look at those states. We just, okay, well, they're going blue, but what is it about that? There's a tons of ways to look at it, but this is, I think, makes the most sense. Is those cities, they just more people live in cities, and they traditionally are heavily Democrat.
all right, let's look at this one.
And look how much
Oregon.
is red there. I mean, but it's
Yeah.
so many people in that
But you've got
area.
Portland, you got Salem, Eugene, and Bend. All this.
Now that number is a
Control.
lot tighter there.
Yeah.
It's not as
Now,
far
can you see
apart.
that? I've got it as big as I can make this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um, yeah. So once again,
I
you've got
can see these numbers tightening up a little bit for this election because I really do think Trump supporters are turning out in the droves. Not to say some Dems are not as well, but I can see these numbers tighten a little bit, but it's not going to flip it. I
yeah,
mean, Trump was even talking about some people said, could he win California? He's not going to win California, but I think he'll close the number up some.
yeah.
Because his drawing power is pretty dang strong. I mean, more and
Now
more
let me
people are
see if
identifying.
I can find a faster way to do this. Excuse me. No, I can't.
Well, let's
So let's drop it. Let's go ahead. We right above us do it by California. Let's look at it.
all right.
Now, see, this one here should be interesting.
Well, a big state. You got all the way from the deep wood all the way down to the Southern California cities in between, wine country. San Francisco.
All right. Uh, All right, there you go. And it's the
Oh,
same.
and a little bit more blue versus the side state. Again, Northern California more, but that wine country down there.
Yeah.
I know that county. I can't think of it, but
There's
that's what.
Kern, Tular, and Kings. And there's, yeah, Kern. Yeah. So it's like a tri-state region right there.
And look at the voter number spread between the two. Wow,
Yeah.
it's almost double. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that far off of being double. Wow,
But
that's
that's
why I
the
say
difference between the blue and the red here. And this is coming from Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, Los Angeles, San
what do
Diego.
you think about there are people, there's active groups that think that California should be split into two states because the people who are in those conservative areas, they don't feel like they're represented at all. And
Mm.
there are people that would like to see California broken up, that it's too big, and the cities are driving the whole thing and they don't like that. And actually I've heard actually three. It actually was proposed to be broken into three because
I, I've got an idea on how to split this. Okay. Um, Jake, all the blue counties on the West Coast, all the way out to Sacramento, down to San Diego, and north into Humboldt County. Just take that whole streak right there and make it its own state. They wouldn't let nobody do that, but and
no.
that's never going to happen
But there
because they'll
are,
have to change the songs.
by the
You
way,
know,
there's also a group which I'm not for because American property is American property. There's a huge group in Southern California who wants to break back off Mexico.
yeah,
They think that's stolen land and we want to go back and be a part of Mexico. That's not going to happen.
no,
Not going to happen.
no,
But there's groups out there that are wanting to do that.
there are. Okay, let's move on to the next state that we want to cover here.
Well, first of all, let's give Trump some. We were right up in there. I'm going to skip the toss-up states for now. For now.
Okay,
So Idaho, we know is Trump country. Very conservative.
yep.
That's a very unusual state in a lot of ways. That's some deep, deep.
That is a farming state, dude.
It's a farming state, and it is a. There's just a lot of different kinds of it, things there.
Yeah,
So
it's a very diverse state. You got mountains. I mean, Rocky Mountains and everything. I mean, Idaho is there. I like Idaho. Okay,
so that was. Hang on here just a second.
that's four.
That's four. We'll get back to my
Once again, rural.
very rural. Absolutely. Hang on. Hang on. All right.
All right, you want to cut over to Montana next, or just kind of come down in a straight line after that?
Yeah, I want to stay right in that little block of states right there,
Okay.
and we'll go from there.
All right. So Montana, he'll get four. That's again another very rural, very diverse state, but very rural. It's a big state too, and but there's just not a whole lot of people that live in Montana.
And that's
So,
it. I mean that is
but
the
once
thing.
again,
Right there.
we got the rural side part of it.
I love, but also you talk about farming country,
That's
and
farming.
you get there's a lot of land been bought up in Montana that there's a lot of
Oh yeah.
controversy about it. A lot of controversy. A lot of your billionaires and stuff have bought a lot of land in Montana.
All right. I'm gonna
It's
slide down to Wyoming.
yeah, Wyoming. That's definitely Trump.
That's three.
That's three.
Okay, so let's pause right here.
All right.
Out of those four, that's 4-4. All right, so Trump wins those four, and he's got 14 electoral votes. Kamala, when in those the four that she's got right now, is 2478.
Yeah.
You know, right now, but Trump's were rural areas, not a whole lot of population.
Not a lot of population. That's why their electoral votes are smaller. We can drop down to Utah. Now, Utah is a very unusual state. And you have the Mormon influence, but that should go Trump, and
Yes,
that is 6 on that.
I think Arizona will go Trump.
We will, but we'll come back to them. Let's not talk about Nevada, Arizona. Let's just
Okay,
work across the country. Let's skip the those states. We'll do that at the end. We'll do that at
all
the
right.
end.
We got
Uh,
Colorado.
that's going to go blue. There is a eastern bloc, the southeastern counties. That's another area that wants to form their own state. They
Yeah,
want to.
let me.
There's a huge move. I think it's 11 counties, 9 or 11 counties in the southeastern part of Colorado that say this. There is no way we go with the rest of the state in the way how they feel. And there's a lot of talk about that. This one's being talked about more as much as the one for the Idaho and Oregon. This is talked about a lot as well, much more than the California thing right now. This has actually been talked about a lot over the last year and a half, 2 years.
All
I,
right, well,
I don't
let's
know if they
pull this
could even
up
have a
here.
path for it, but they say this is ridiculous. We don't agree with anything that's going on in our state.
Wow, look at this. This whole eastern part of the state here.
Yeah,
My goodness.
quite a few counties, and they just like they said this state does not represent our values, and they've banded together and they formed committees and stuff and trying to start the process of forming their own state.
Wow.
America is so split right now, man. I mean, that's where we're getting. That's where we're getting to, man. Is people are, well, I mean, if I mean, I love Georgia. Not to get over here to the East Coast, but just say, how many times in Georgia do you hear people say, we don't care nothing about Atlanta. You
Yeah.
forget Atlanta, North and South Georgia is, but we think alike, but Atlanta drives the cart a lot of times,
Right.
and that's hard. So
All right.
that gives her. She's now at
84
84,
or 88.
84
88. Let me make sure it's
or 80.
12, 12. It's 24, 78, 10, 88.
Well, that's 9. Colorado has 9.
I'm showing 10 on here.
Unless I looked at the wrong map. Maybe they put it wrong. This one doesn't show that. Okay, it's showing 10 on that one. Maybe they had it wrong.
Okay.
They just misdid that.
No biggie. All right. New Mexico is, so back up to North Dakota.
Well, you can go to New Mexico. They're going to go blue. Some are saying that's New Mexico will go blue. That's going to be a blue. I would love to see it go. I mean, we could talk about it, but I mean, some maps have been going red. It's a top state. I don't know.
Let's pull it up on our little thing here and see what it did last year. How about that? I mean, it's neat to be able to go back to have this information this close. We might as well talk about it, you know. And it's real easy to get up here. Da, 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 da. Once again, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, Las Cruces. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
But the rural areas, there's a few rural areas, but I mean, there's not. This is there again, another one of those states. It's very rural. It's not a whole lot of people here in this state.
A lot of desert.
A lot of desert.
Some mountainous areas, and some of those mountainous areas are pretty. They're pretty wild. I got a friend who did ministry out there. I won't name the town, but he said about every kind of person that believes in any kind of spirit or anything lives in that town. He said it's a hard place, hard nut to crack. We'll say. So I've seen it red, but it's probably going to go blue. Just add that in the blue.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Well,
Well,
it is what it is.
let's work
All
now the Dakotas. We can go back up to the Dakotas.
right. North Dakota, South Dakota.
They're both Trump country. Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah. You ain't
Get
kidding.
that North Dakota oil.
That's right. Now, we need to talk about Nebraska. Nebraska is one of these oddball states. Not oddball, but they have split, right?
Yeah,
Uh, there we go. So I think it's now how I don't
and they
understand how.
they also have a split district. It's one of two states that has split votes.
Yes,
Um, Nebraska is one of them, and as well as I think that's Maryland. Look at that.
yeah, Lincoln and Omaha. And that was from 2020. Trump carried 58.5 and Joe Biden carried 39.4. I don't think that Kamala spent much time in Nebraska this year. But how did they get one? I don't understand how they got one. Unless they're just singling out those two counties. Lincoln and Omaha is the two cities involved there.
I don't know. They have
District,
Nebraska has three districts, is what I'm reading. I'm not as familiar with that, to be honest.
so you get two for one in the state and then one for each district.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Okay, so we'll put down Nebraska. I'm gonna put them down Trump 4, and for Nebraska over here, Kamala 1.
yeah. 270 to win is showing them all blue, but I don't think that's going to be the case because they do have the districts. But that's what
Yeah,
they're showing. I could,
who's showing out all blue?
that's weird. 270 to win.
Okay,
No, but it's okay. Put them down. That's
all
four
right,
one way and one the other way.
all right. Now we got Oklahoma, and we're gonna skip Kansas for now, right? Or is it showing red now?
Kansas.
Yeah.
It's leaning red. It's not a full red, but it's leaning. I would just count it for Trump right now.
All right, I'm gonna pull Kansas up as well.
And of course, you've got Kansas City, Kansas, and
Hang on a minute. I want to pull because it's important to understand, what is actually going down here. And a lot of people don't understand this, how this electoral college thing works, and it's confusing. You and I both have talked about it before, and we've both been, we get into this thing, and let's see here. Oh, I meant to pull that down. I'm sorry. But once again, Topeka and Kansas City, but Wichita actually went Trump. So that's one case of the city that didn't. So
yeah.
I'm not seeing Kansas going blue. I can't
No,
see it.
it's a leaner. It's leaning red. I believe it'll go that way.
You know, they went by over 200,000 votes, and I just can't. I
It's
don't.
just tight, but it is leaning that way. Just like I said,
I'm gonna put
election
it.
day. They don't know, how those votes are going to come out election day, but it's leaning. It's leaning red.
All right, so we're gonna put Kansas in that one. I don't see it. I just can't see it. Okay, let me pull this down here. All right, we got Oklahoma.
Definitely red.
Yeah. All right, let's do a quick tally here.
Yeah, do a quick tally.
Kamala picked up 6, so she's at 94. All right, we got 3, 6, 10, 14, 20, 6, 30, 43. This puts Trump at 43 electoral votes. Let me double check my math. I got 7, 11, 14, 26, 30, and 13 is 43. All right. So this has Kamala at 94 now, and Trump is at 43. You look how far across the country we've already come.
Yeah.
All right.
Now here is where it could get sticky. If Donald Trump is going to win, he has to win Texas. And before people think that Texas is an automatic Trump state, this state has changed a lot over the last few years. I think he could pull it, but there's some tie. That's a hard state. And again,
all right. The only information I've got is last year's. So
they roll in all those immigrants, and if they all go Democrat, of course, Austin is a very big, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Houston, all those are going to be.
Here's something neat.
And that's a lot of people.
Fort Worth.
I've been to all those.
Fort Worth went 81% Trump. But Dallas went 65% Biden. Houston. There again. Yeah, but Corpus Christi down here went Trump. Now, it was a little closer there. El Paso. These bigger cities are going for Dems. There's a Fort Worth that did not. And you got down here in this area. All right. I'm going to make a prediction, Dave. I think it's going to go Texas. I think it's going to go Texas a lot bigger than what people think. Because
Texas, I think is going to go Trump. I think people are ticked off at what's happened because their state's one of the states that's had to deal with the crap.
This right here is going to be red, I do believe. This streak right here, I believe it's going to be all red.
Yeah, we know that. We know that, Michael. I just think it's neat to do because and there is that part that plays in, but a lot of these people vote. You got to peel them away because they don't like him. If they voted for him, even though they don't like her, that's the question: will they vote for her or not vote? That's possible too, or vote for Trump. I don't know. That's what's going to be found out tomorrow. That's what's going to be found out. So, it is a 270 to win. Again, I'm not giving the validity to this website. I'm just saying that they have it as sort of a toss-up because of I guess they're looking at early voting numbers. I think Texas still goes Trump, but Texas is getting squirrely, man. I'm telling you.
Well, but I'm
that race down there for governor was pretty dang close between Republican and Democrat. But I think with all the things that's happened, I think that plays well in Trump's hand.
I'm putting it in Trump column.
And that's a lot of electoral votes.
Yeah, that's 40 right there. That takes Trump up to 83, puts her within 11 of Kamala. All right, back to the top. Minnesota is toss-up right now. That's one of those swing states. We'll come back to it. Iowa, they still have Iowa. That's showing here that it's pink.
Well, there was two different polls that came out. Again, I don't like polls, but there was an article today that said there was one poll that came out that really kind of spooked the Trump campaign, and it was that particular poll had her trending real good there. But another poll came out and showed it
Trump 10 points ahead
for Trump. So yeah, bunch of points. So I think it goes Trump, but that's my belief.
I do too. That's another one of those farming areas and rural. I'm going to click it over to Trump on my map. Sorry, I can adjust my map here on my other one. I can put that screen up and show y'all where I'm at here, but that's 6 right there. Missouri.
It's Trump. I don't think there's any doubt.
Hmm. All right. Options. Trump.
I think so. 270 win is trying to show that blue. I don't buy that. I think
What?
Arkansas. Yeah,
Are you kidding me? All them rednecks out in Arkansas, there ain't no way.
I think
I don't mean to just rednecks vote for Trump, but
I think it's Trump.
uh, Louisiana,
Trump.
y'all. Okay, so let's do another quick recount. We've covered the Midwest, or most of the Midwest. So let's see. We've got for Trump, we've got 83, 89, 99, 105, and 113. And we've got Kamala still at 94. Okay. All right. We'll go back up. We have Wisconsin battleground,
That's a
Illinois.
battleground. Illinois is probably going to go blue.
Yeah.
That's a weird state, man. All that corn, I love it. But their taxation is so high. A lot of companies have left Illinois. They have one of the highest gas taxes, I think, in the state or in the country, and they're not business friendly. I don't care what they say. There's Georgia has gained business from Illinois. I think Caterpillar was one of those that left. They moved their headquarters and a lot of their operations to Georgia. Got to give the governor credit on that. He wooed them in, but they're also a state that has a lot of debt. Of course, you know the problems of Chicago and
yeah. And see, once again, let's pull this up. Look at that. Rockford, Chicago, Peoria, Springfield went.
My old home place, Rockford.
No.
Heavy crime area. I've talked to people. It's been there since way before, since I have back when I was a baby.
Yeah. So once again, you have a small portion of the state dictating for all these farmers and all this stuff out here. That is just sad. And it's by over 1 million votes in 2020. Now, I don't know. It'd be nice to see Trump get that one, but I don't think there's any way that can happen.
It would be awesome if he did. I just don't see it happening.
All right, if we follow the river, the Mississippi River here, we've already got Louisiana. We can go back up here now to Michigan.
That's a toss-up state.
Toss-up.
Let's skip it for now.
Yep. Then we go to Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana's Trump.
That's 11.
Yep.
All right. Let's come on down to Kentucky.
Kentucky's kind of weird, you know. It was weird all the way back in the war between the states. Parts of that state, there's a lot of libs in Kentucky, but
it's going to go Trump.
I just can't believe it's going to be anything but Trump.
Okay.
I just can't see Kentucky going blue.
Tennessee.
Trump, without a doubt. They do have some big cities, but this state is Trump country.
All right. Let's go on down here and get Mississippi.
It's got to be Trump.
That's 6. Now let's cut right on over here to the side and sneak Alabama in there.
Alabama's Trump.
All right. Now, let's go back up to Ohio.
It should be Trump. It's trending that way. Ohio's the past has been a decider state, but I think all the working class. There's a lot of Democrats in Ohio. Obviously, the upstate and a couple other cities, but I think this state's going to go Trump. Okay. They're fed up.
Yes. All right. Let's Let's go ahead and finish taking out these lower end here, and we'll come back to Pennsylvania as a toss up. So we'll let that kind of be our dividing line. Let's go to West Virginia.
Trump.
That's 4.
And let's
Okay.
hold there and take a break. We've been here an hour. Let's take a quick break.
All right.
I need to go to the restroom.
All right. You run to the restroom. When you come back, I'll run and fill my coffee cup up because I've been on it pretty hot and heavy.
I'll be back in just a minute.
All righty. So I'm going to throw this one right here up here for Mammoth Nation. I want to talk about it just a little bit. Hey, if you look at the sport, American values, conservative values and stuff like that, it's American-owned businesses, veteran-owned. This Mammoth Nation is where you want to shop. They support our nation. They support our citizens. They do not support the woke agenda and crazy left-wing stuff. Let's get out there and join Mammoth Nation. You can do it through us here, through the QR code there at the top. And hey, we'll get a little bit. You get a little bit. It's not expensive. It's $5 to join a month, or you can go for a premium thing, which is $10, or you can go for a lifetime membership and you get a discount for that. So, American products for Americans by Americans. Hey, you can't ask for anything more. I mean, come on. They support our causes. Let's vote with our wallets and let's buy American. Also, let's talk about Dubby. Dubby Energy Drinks. Use code Southern Fried. You get 10% off. Supports us, supports Dubby. Great product. Supposed to be the zero sugar. Supposed to have the same amount of caffeine as 2 cups of coffee. Keep you wired up, fried up, ready to go. We get up, pray up, coffee up. You could get up, pray up, and Dubby up. There you go. And I want to run. Oh, I also want to talk about this one right here. If you want to support the show, we have a PayPal QR code. We also have a Venmo account. You can. It's also got links for Dubby and Mammoth Nation. So, yeah, we are large and in charge on that as well. Also, I want to talk about Three Ravens Publishing. We appreciate them being on here, and some of the books they have out. David's reading several as well, so we're reading one right now, and he has good things to say about it. So it came from the Trailer Park series from Three Ravens Publishing. Y'all check those out. I'm going to turn it over to Dave, let him run a couple here, and I talked about Mammoth, and I talked about Debbie, and I talked about Three Ravens. So
Awesome.
take
Well,
over for a minute, and I'll be right back.
We'll do ARA. We'll be right back. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, one of the blessed things we've been able to do is partner with the wonderful people at Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. These folks are a no-kill shelter in Donaldsonville, Georgia. You see the contact info on the screen. And these folks would love to have you come adopt a dog or a cat. They have folks that come from all over the United States, not just the state of Georgia. They're great folks. It's been a wonderful partnership between Southern Fried Podcast and ARA. And we've been blessed to meet some of the folks that have adopted animals from ARA. Also, we've been able to encourage people to donate and volunteer. They encourage volunteers that are in the area, and they're just wonderful people. We'd love for you to contact them, meet them too, go on their website, see some of the animals, and we know you'll want to partner with them too by taking a dog or a cat to their forever home. Join with us, the Southern Fried Podcast, in support of this great work of the Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. We know you'll be happy you did. I know we are. Oh yeah, ARA. We appreciate them very much, and all of the blessing that they are to all the animals. They've been dealing a lot with some animals that have been gotten away, trying to figure out where they came from. They don't think they were. Some of them not dumped out. Maybe some of them was, but they were wondering about trying to get help for those animals. But yeah, I appreciate all that they do. They're exciting to partner with, and they do a great work. And it's been a real blessing for us to be a part of a little bit a part of what they do. And they're just a blessing, and the passion that they have for seeing animals find forever homes, and the fact that they're not killing them is really awesome. So I appreciate that. Again, what a it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of work. Looking forward to seeing some of my friends I haven't seen in a while. We have a great team. We've got another individual that is going to be a part of us. He actually was a poll worker in Gwinnett County for years, moved up to this area due to grandkids, and he's a wealth of information. I really enjoy talking to him. I guess I could put my mic back down, but he's a wealth of information, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun even while we're working. We always have fun. I mean, that's the thing. We keep it light, we keep it fun, and I look forward to being a part of that crew again. Long day, but it's a fun day, and I do look forward to elections. So, but yeah, so we got through, Rob. We've got everything Trump except for those left coast, Colorado, New Mexico, Illinois, and we've skipped over the toss-ups right now. But there's some squirreliness going on in some states, but Texas is still going to go strong. Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama. We got Tennessee, Kentucky, um, Indiana, Ohio. So let's skip Georgia
Yeah.
and let's move into the North of South Carolina, and then we could, or even Florida.
All right.
Let's go. Which one do you want to go to next?
Let's. All right. We're going to skip over Virginia right now.
Yeah, Virginia is a hard one, and that one is actually trending blue right now. So many people in the northern part of the state vote liberal. There's a
Yes.
lot of rural areas there. I've been in those areas, great areas, that Shenandoah Valley, but
Yeah.
not a lot of people.
North Carolina's still a toss-up, so we're going to have to come back.
I think it's a good sign that Kamala pulled the $2 million out of there. And they're not focusing at all there. There's only two reasons they would do that. It is fully in their camp, which we don't believe that. I think they see the numbers on the wall. North Carolina's going Trump, baby. I believe that.
We're
I'll
gonna
call
put
it.
North Carolina, 16.
I think with
That's
everything that's happened, there's no way they're not voting Trump.
okay. South Carolina,
Trump, without a doubt.
that's another 9. Okay, let me do a quick. Let's
Yep.
we'll
Count
come
them
back
up.
to Georgia. We'll come back to Georgia, or you want
Uh-huh.
to call Georgia?
No, let's not do that one yet. We'll come back. That's 16 electoral votes.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida's Trump, and there is talk today that this is amazing. I don't know if it's. I seen a report. I don't know if it's even be true, but there's a report today that every county in Florida may go Trump. That's hard to
Okay.
believe with Miami, but
Yeah.
that's how Florida is very
Let's
much
pull Florida
Trump
up on.
country. Yeah, pull it
Let's
up.
pull Florida up here.
I just find that hard to believe but there are some people that believe that's going to be the case. I find that hard to believe, but the state is definitely going Trump, and that's a huge
Right.
pull
Yeah.
for President Trump.
Give me just a minute. This takes me just a second, but we have the information right here. I want to pull it up and let's look at it, and let's throw it on the screen. And once again, your bigger towns, your bigger cities in Florida went Democrat, but there's a chance. It's
Yeah,
just the way it went with Biden.
yeah.
Donald
I mean,
Trump
those numbers are tight, but I think there'll be a little bit better spread this time.
Okay. Well, that's 30. All right, let's do a quick add up here and see where we're at. All right, so we've got 22, 30, 36, and 9 is 45, 55, 62, 66, 76, 82, 91, and 30 will be 121. 121 to 113, that would be 234. Right now, if it goes like this, it's 234 is where Trump is sitting.
Okay.
And Kamala is currently sitting at, that would be 113. Okay.
Let's move up into her stronghold. Let's skip Georgia.
Yeah, let's go. What above?
There's a number of states that's going to go her, and I honestly think that she's going to get Virginia. I do.
You think? Well,
I do.
If you think she's going to get Virginia, I'll put it on here.
That's just my opinion. I hope not, but the numbers are strong for them of Virginia.
That's 13. Okay. I'm going to click that over to blue. All right. Now, what is this state right above Virginia?
Well, you've got Pennsylvania, but that's a toss-up, and I don't
know. No, in between Pennsylvania and Virginia, what is that little state right there?
Are you talking about Maryland?
Let me pull it up on the map here. I got to change it back to where it was. It went blue last time. Let me share that screen there.
The number of these states are going to be blue.
Yeah, it's going to be blue. I just can't see. I mean, let's face it, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Maine. Not Maine, Massachusetts. They're going to be blue.
All blue. You might as well just throw them in that column.
Yeah. So
you can call every one of them blue. And New York.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and do some writing. Rhode Island is 4. Connecticut is 7.
7.
New Jersey is 14.
Yep.
Delaware
3.
Yeah. DC 3. All right, let me add up while I'm here. So that's 24, 28, 35, 45, 49, 52, 62, 65. 65 to 113. So here that brings our total up to 178.
Did you get Rhode Island in that?
Yes, I did, but I did not put New York yet.
Yeah, I put New York and Vermont.
New York.
Both of those will go blue.
Yes.
Or blue.
So that would be 3 for Vermont, 28 for New York, adding 31 to her total. That will bring us to 209. All right. Now we have New Hampshire.
That's the one that's trending Trump, but I don't know, man. It's hard for me to say he's going to win that state, but he has been polling strong there of late. I don't know. The late numbers were he was doing well there, but I don't know if it's enough. I just don't know that.
All right. I'm going to leave it undecided. Maine.
I'd have to think that's blue.
Yeah, it shows him picking up one. This is another one
it
of those.
It does. There's I don't know, but I just
I'm
think
gonna
that
leave it blue.
I just leave
So
it blue.
Maine is 4. Okay, that has her at 213. Trump at 234. That's before we get to these undecided ones.
Yeah. So
All
let's
right.
go back out west. Let's start there.
All right, let's start with Nevada. Now
Man,
I'm going
that's
to
so tough.
let me hang on a
I
minute.
think these two states split. I think one of them
This
is going to go red, one of them is going to go blue. That's just an
all
opinion.
right. Let's see here. Let's pull up the map. Well, that'll get us Nevada.
Nevada.
Nevada. Sorry.
You have Heather
Watch
all
out.
over us.
There it is. Reno, Las Vegas decides what
Yeah, and
Nevada.
it's tight. I mean, the numbers are tight, but it's hard to overcome that. There's rural areas, which is where Heather lives. This rural area. Um, it's
Yeah.
tough, man.
But let's look at this just a second. We're talking, this state was decided by what, 33,000 votes?
Yeah, and there was a
34.
lot. There was a lot of lawsuits about Arizona and Nevada. I mean, it's wow, a lot of court cases and stuff.
Yeah. So now the question is, who did a better job of rallying and getting their message across? You know,
I know. I know.
I'm feeling it's going to go blue.
I just think Nevada is, and I think Arizona is going to come in for Trump.
All right. Well, I'm going to change
And
it to blue,
like I
and I
said, I
really,
could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I just can't believe that. I just can't. I hope I'm wrong. It's a hard state to figure.
we'll see. Arizona. Let me pull that one up as well because I've got it as a toss up on here.
It's a toss up state.
Uh, I got to go through here and I got to take the previous state out and add a new state. So give me just a second. Da-da-da. And I'm getting this information from Politico. So, all right, he won it. Now, Trump won it in 2016. Biden won it in 2020. But it was settled by less than 11,000, 10,000 and something votes is what it
And
was
that
settled.
was the real battle there about, election integrity and, you know,
I think it goes red.
I do too. I think that, I just think I think they're going to turn out in the droves and they're ticked off about what happened in their state. And I just, it's a razor thin, but I think it goes Trump. I do.
All right. The next one, it's questionable, will be New Mexico.
Well,
And I'm gonna pull it up as well because we need to pull all these up, I think, so we can see. All right, New Mexico. I believe it's going to go blue. I hate to say that, but yeah, this is New Mexico. Albuquerque, Santa Fe, La Cruz. I Biden won it by right at 100,000 votes.
again,
I just
close,
don't.
but
Yeah.
it's probably going to be blue.
Uh, New Mexico's got 5. All right. I'm going to change it to blue because I think it's going blue as well. All right. So, all right. Let's talk about Minnesota.
It's a tough one.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question here because there's a trend that they've been talking about on the news and a trend that I've noticed that I looked up and it holds true. Uh, with the blue walls, and there's Minnesota. As you can tell, most of it went red. This was settled by 250,000 votes, roughly. About 250, roughly.
I'm going to step out, and it's really weird, but I think that this state is going to go Trump, and here's why: the Arabs are not happy with Joe Biden or Kamala, and they have said they're not going to vote. The majority of them, they're not voting for either, and by subtraction, it actually helps Trump. This is going to be close. I mean, close. And it's really weird how this has worked out, but they are not happy about the Palestinian issue, and I think Trump's got a possibility to pull this one.
Okay. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. In the last 3 or 4 election cycles, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan all went the same.
Yeah, I
Either they
know.
went, all 3 went red or all 3 went blue.
I know.
So let's talk about Wisconsin then, and let's see what our thoughts
Both
on Wisconsin is.
both campaigns have spent a lot of time in Wisconsin. A lot of money's been spent there, more than Minnesota, I would say. Just guessing. They have spent a lot of time in both. Both have rallied sometimes at the same time in Wisconsin.
Yes.
It is up for grabs, and both campaigns know it, and it's going to be very close.
And see, this is where Biden won by fewer or about 20,000 votes. But as you can see, Trump took Green Bay. He did not take Milwaukee. Oh, yes, he did take Milwaukee and Kenosha, but he didn't take Madison or Eau Claire. And my gut's telling me Trump's winning.
My gut's
That
telling me that on
Trump-
this too, but I don't think it's going to be a 3 for 3. But I'll be willing to go Wisconsin for Trump. They're spending a lot of time there. They know they've got a shot there, and I believe that Kamala and them they're spending time there trying to hold it. I think Trump smells blood in the water in that state, and I think he pulls it. It's really hard for me to say, but I just think because of everything that's went on, I just feel it.
Okay. All right.
But at the same time, I don't know that he pulls Michigan.
All right.
That's a tough one. But that's hard. There's a lot of people pro Trump in Michigan, but I think it goes blue.
All right. Number 1, let's see. It was close. It was 150,000 votes.
It's close. He could pull it, but she's been campaigning there of late. Um, uh, they feel. I think they feel pretty confident.
Trump has said he wants to bring automobiles back to Michigan. He got some major endorsements out of the auto industry too, did he not?
Well, I mean, there has, you know, it kind of flows both ways. Sometimes the unions have been real iffy. They've not been as out front of late in this election. It's a weird election about the unions, and I don't know if you've noticed that they've been very hesitant to in some cases, some unions have very much they're riding the blue wave, but other unions have been more reserved about this.
Right.
Almost they want to hear what each one had to say. There definitely concerns about um, job shutdowns and stuff in the car industry. I mean, it's he's saying he's going to put tariffs on and stop these jobs from going to Mexico, where they're building up plants down there, and um, he wants to keep those jobs at home. But I don't know, man. Michigan is such a weird. I mean, we're talking about a state that elects Gretchen Whitmer. I mean,
Yeah. Hey, Michael, I'm sorry I missed your comment on that a while ago. I had my head down over here adding up. But you're right. A lot of people are upset by what happened in Appalachia. So we're going to put Michigan blue.
I just. Oh, I'd love for him to pull it, but Michigan is it's hard, man. I mean,
yeah.
Every time you think, I mean, I thought that before. I thought, man, they're going to go Trump, and they didn't.
Yeah.
It's razor thin. I don't know if he pulled all three of those, man. I mean, bake the cake, baby. Bake the cake. But I say for right now, just for the sake of the argument, blue.
Yeah. All right. Now let's do a quick tally again. All right, so we got 26 going on to Kamala's, which will be 239. And we've got 31 going on to Trump, which takes him up to 265. Okay. Now we're down to 3 states, and we do not have a clear winner. It is still anybody's election at this point. So let's go to New Hampshire.
I just have a hard time giving that to Trump. Even though he's been polling stronger, I still think they go blue. It's not a lot of electoral votes, but I just have a hard time thinking that state's going to go red.
See it. I hope
it does. Stronger there. I do too, but I would keep it blue for me.
All right, so that puts her at 243. And Trump at 265. Now we have this show down here. Arizona. We said it was going to go blue, correct?
No, red. Arizona red for Arizona, blue for Nevada.
All right. Let's talk about Pennsylvania.
Ooh,
because that's the next line.
That is the battleground. That's the fight right now on the eve of the election and Georgia as well, but that's where they're spending this has been the focus is Pennsylvania.
All right.
John Fetterman's been out talking. It's
fewer than 100,000 votes won this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say Pennsylvania is going to go Trump. It's going to be so dang close. But the reason I say that is a lot of things have happened that they're not happy about. I think he's rallied real well there. We know what happened about, attempts on his life. And I think he pulls that state.
All right. I want to leave it undecided for right this second. Okay. And I want to talk about Georgia next. I know exactly where they're at, so I'm not worried about that. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Georgia. Okay. Georgia is traditionally a red state, but these last few election cycles, we've kind of gotten into that suburban over rural type, and it's no more evident than right here. Atlanta, Athens, Augusta, Savannah, Columbus, Macon. And there's one little area out here outside of Augusta, one area right over here. But I do know that Albany is in down here in Dougherty County, which is a pretty good sized city. But even still, and it was won by double digits or about twice as much. But the total was separated by less than 15,000 votes. You know, I'm thinking Georgia's going red.
I do think it's going red. It is so close. Um, and I think it's red. And I think there's a lot of forces at play going forward. I think that the work that the governor's doing on this, for lack of a better word, uni party, um, he's trying to pull in people from both sides of the aisle and create this kind of a super party. And he's really tried to kill the Republican Party in Georgia. He's playing nice right now, but he's moving. He's moved, and it really has always been that way. He's moved closer to the center. Now he's not at the center, but he's kind of moved that way. He's trying to pull in a lot of what people call them rhinos and everything else. I mean, he wants to move away from the extreme of the Republican Party, and pull in some blue into that, I think, in the future. But I think for this election here, this would have already happened, but the Trump effect is so strong. The MAGA effect is so strong. He knew that wouldn't work in this election, so he came out and gave his endorsement, even though they can't stand each other. They absolutely will. Once this election is over, Katie barred the door.
Yes. Now,
I have no idea for the future, but Georgia is trending to go blue at some point. That's just facts, man. If something don't change. But I think Trump has the power to hold the state. And Kamala is such a weak candidate. Two things at play here.
All right, let me share this screen here. I did it that way for a reason.
Okay.
And I'm going to go back and mark. We'll decide on Pennsylvania here in just a second here. This is what we have looked at, and from what we can tell, this is the way it's going to go. All right, everything is marked out red and blue. If Georgia wins, or if Georgia goes red, Trump wins. Okay, no matter what Pennsylvania does, Trump will win. Now,
what if he loses Georgia, wins Pennsylvania?
He still wins.
He still wins. Okay. He can't. Yeah. He can't lose them both, right?
He cannot lose them both.
Okay.
He has to win one or the other.
That's why the campaign come out and said, if we win Georgia, we win. Because they're looking at this too. I mean, obviously, and they've got a lot more data points than we've got. There's no telling what. I mean, they've got this thing mapped down to minute details. Knowing numbers and everything. I mean, they're spending a lot of money. Both sides do. But that is, the
race is going to come down more than likely to Georgia and Pennsylvania. Now, there is wiggle room. Now, Trump does have wiggle room. Okay.
But because we've got banking on the fact that he pulls Minnesota and Wisconsin, which is a little scary.
Okay. If Kamala wins Wisconsin and Georgia still wins one or the other, it's still a done deal. If she wins Minnesota,
he would have to pull both those states then. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd have to pull both of them. But there's still a road in there. Because winning Pennsylvania.
This is it right here. This is the election. I mean, really, if he pulls the others, it's a slam dunk, and he's in like
Minnesota or Wisconsin, or God have mercy, Michigan. I mean, and then he just has to win either Trump or Pennsylvania.
This is what we're really going to be focusing tomorrow night. What happens in those 5 states?
If the blue wall holds and he wins Pennsylvania and Georgia, he still wins. So he's got ways to do.
And that's why Pennsylvania. I think they believe they've got Georgia. It's close, but I think they're going to get Georgia.
Okay. Well,
but Pennsylvania is the key. That's if they don't win those other states that hold that blue wall.
Yeah, if he wins anything over here, if he wins any one of these
Yeah.
states,
We're going
he's
to
in
really be watching those on.
for sure. Now, if he loses all three of them, he has to take Pennsylvania and Georgia.
It's amazing.
And that'll put him over the top. Or Kamala over the top, whichever way, because that's 19 votes either way.
That's crazy, man. That's where we're at in America, right there.
It's coming down to Pennsylvania.
And like I said, we're not
unless
far
he
off of
takes
everything
one of
we've
these.
said, because where are they at, man? They are battling in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. But okay, say Kamala takes Pennsylvania, but Trump wins one of these. If she takes
Which
Pennsylvania,
he could.
yeah, she could. And Trump takes Minnesota. That does it for Trump. He's at 271. She's at 266. If Trump takes any one of the blue wall states, he's got it. I believe. Even if Pennsylvania goes blue, I'm with you. I think Georgia's going red. Now, there's still some iffy stuff out west. I think Nevada has a chance to go red. I really do. So that's another 6 votes for Trump.
By the way, CNN, just to give you some flavor, CNN has Minnesota as a lean to blue, but Wisconsin and Michigan as complete toss up. So if they're not even willing to try to put that as a lean blue, that tells you how close it is. Because
wow.
who turns out tomorrow? Yeah, it's CNN. They still have in Arizona and Nevada. They're not willing to even put a lean there. This is interesting. They have Oregon as a lean blue, not as a solid blue. That's interesting. This is CNN.
Yeah, but see,
they have Virginia as a lean blue. But they have Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina. They still have. I don't think that's true. Georgia, Arizona, Nevada as the toss-up states, and they do list New Hampshire as I think it's New Hampshire as a lean, not solid. Interesting.
Wow. So if Trump takes Nevada and Oregon, oh, that would be awesome, because that would give him 14 more votes.
They as of right now, they have, this is CNN's numbers. They have Kamala at 226, Trump 219. So she needs 44. He needs 51. But my gosh, if he pulls, 3 of those or even 4 of those states, he's there. And she doesn't have enough to well, I wouldn't think have enough to counter that. It'd be really close. It's razor.
Dude.
Here's the question. Here is the question. As we get near the end of the second hour, here is the question. There are some out there that, and I'm just saying, this is some talk that said this is Reagan-esque, and he's going to roll a lot of these states to him on election day. That it's going, and there are those people that believe it's going to be that he's going to blow her out because he's going to pull those states. I don't know. That's tricky for me, but if he does that, it would go down as it'd be huge, and it would be utterly devastating to the Democratic Party to lose like that, because they banked everything on her youth, or funds, all the celebrities with her, and she's not messaged good. She doesn't answer any questions. Truth be told, if Trump didn't have the baggage that he has, I'm not saying it's for us baggage, but the J6 and the conviction on the sexual stuff. If he didn't have that, right now we're talking about a blowout. I really believe that. That's how bad she is. The only thing, and that's really what the campaigns come down to, is he's horrible. I'm not him. That's where we're at. On just hours to go until the polls open in the morning, and that's where we're at. It's really sad if you think about it for the Democrats, because that's where they're at. I mean, they've tried to put the abortion, absolutely. She put her grocery thing out there. she's better with foreign, she knows how to deal with those people. She's went over there. He doesn't know how. People don't like him in foreign governments, but they've moved away from all that now, and they're just saying he's Hitler, and I'm not him.
Yeah, it's all. Oh, he's evil. He's Hitler. He's a Nazi. He's a fascist. And I'm not. I'm perfect. I'm going to turn the page because I'm from a middle class family.
I'm going to fix that border.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
can't fix it. 3 years. She's not going to fix it in the next 4. I'm sorry. It's 3.5 years of.
Now anything can happen on election day.
Yeah.
Because only God knows, and those people what they're going to vote when they hit them polls tomorrow. But
Yes.
that's where we're at, and so it's fascinating. It's riveting. It's kind of a gut punch at times. I mean, as those states fall, Rob, sometimes you're tight in your gut. You're like, come on,
Yeah.
come on. And
But
you know what? I just don't want to see a 2020 where all of a sudden they start counting in 6 states and say, well, we're going to pick this up in the morning. I don't want to see that. Roll them counts out on Tuesday night and get those counts in wherever we're at.
That's right. We don't want to take it back over in the morning, and we don't want to have to wait 3 or 4 days.
No, just call it wherever it's at. Roll them votes in.
It's election day. Come on, people.
Yeah, let's elect somebody, and we'll see where we're at.
It won't, but it'll be 3 or 4 days. Kamala's already warning about it.
Well, they've got lawyers are standing by.
Yeah. So, well, Dave, I'm going to tell you what, we've had a good show tonight, and we have covered a lot of information. And to be perfectly honest, I think we need to get some rest because tomorrow's going to be a long day. You've got election duty, poll duty all day tomorrow, and then you're coming on the show tomorrow night. And I'm coming on early, and this is going to be an all-day affair and all night. So, why don't we get some rest tonight?
I'm all for it.
Folks, I'm glad you joined in with us. Hope you enjoyed our little breakdown there. Mama said elections are important and to get your butt out there and vote. So if y'all hadn't voted, tomorrow is the day. You need to get out there and vote. We need the vote. We need your vote. I don't care who you vote for. It's on you. The whole thing's razor thin, but get out and vote. Get out and vote.
By the way, just late breaking at 7:43. Scott Presler, which you're familiar with him, he goes out and gets people to sign up to vote on the Republican side. He is saying that there are 124,876 Republican mail-in ballots that have not been returned in Pennsylvania. What's up with that?
Wow.
What's going on with that? 124,000? Wow.
That's huge. That is huge.
I don't know where he gets that information. I don't know. I mean, maybe they will be. Maybe they came in. He don't know that, and they've not been officially counted yet. Be counted tomorrow. I don't know, but that's a lot.
Let's see.
I mean, we don't know who those belong to. They could belong to Democrat. I mean, that's Republican, but we don't know what's happening on the Democrat side. He's just reporting from that side. But I don't know. But they said those are Republican mail-in ballots. But 124,000. What the heck? But they could have surrendered those and voted in person too. And we see people doing that.
Yeah.
They could have just got it in case they didn't. They could show up tomorrow and surrender that ballot and vote. So that's something to look at post. The
only thing I am seeing on that is thousands of Pennsylvania voters have had their mail ballot applications challenged. Let's see.
Also being reported that fencing is up at the White House, other D.C. sites in case of election unrest. Trump's final push was in Pittsburgh. Meta to extend ban on election ads by several days. RNC sues Milwaukee Election Commission. Harris Trump. These are headlines. Harris Trump. Newsmax. Harris Trump put final focus on Vital, Pennsylvania. Um, Interesting.
Yeah. Uh,
Real quick before we go off, this is some polls for some of the states that we talked about. This is from we've done these polls. These are from different places, but Arizona, Trump appears to be polling well in the state. He lost by just 10,457 votes to Joe Biden in 2020, but won in 2016. In a poll released Monday, Trump has a 49.2 advantage to 48.4 lead. That was by Emerson College. The Hill released Monday showing Trump ahead 50 to 48. Georgia, a poll by Emerson College. The Hill released Monday showed Trump ahead 50 to 49. This is razor close. And an Insider Advantage poll released Sunday showed Trump ahead 48.7 to 47.7. But a New York Times Siena College poll Sunday showed Harris ahead 48-47. This is very close. I can see the Times doing that. Michigan, a research poll released Monday showed Harris ahead 51 to 47. The Trafalgar Group, which I've mentioned them before, released Sunday showed Trump ahead 47.8 to 47.4. Nevada tied at 48.
the
Another poll had her ahead
was from the
49.
4th. Yeah. I got a poll here shows Trump by 0.6.
It's close. North Carolina, Trump ahead 49-48. Or another poll said 58.5 to 48.9 Trump.
I got
Pennsylvania,
Trump.
two more here. Pennsylvania, a state believed by many as a must-win to take the White House. A research company poll released Monday showed Harris ahead 50% to 49. A Times poll showed candidates tied at 48 each. Wisconsin, the Emerson College poll again showed the candidates tied at 49. New York Times poll again 49-47 for Harris. Razor close. There's plus or minuses, error for margins for error in that, but it just goes to show by those polls nobody's dominating. It's all no. Get out and vote, folks. I mean, get out and vote.
Absolutely.
Make your vote count in all those places. I mean, in every other state as well.
Let's see. Right now, from what we said versus the way the polls were going, real quick. Let's do a quick rundown on that. I know we were going to fix to get off of here, but let me start at the top here and see how right we are based on what they said.
I'd say we're pretty close.
Arizona, we put down for Trump.
We did.
And that's what they said by the polls, by 1.6. California, they got Harris by 24.8. We got that one.
There's no doubt, sirs.
Florida, Trump by 6.2.
Yep.
I'd say that's right. Georgia, they have Trump by 1.2.
It's close, but
yes,
I do think he pulls it.
Michigan, they have Harris by 1.8, and we gave her Michigan.
We did.
Minnesota, they have Harris by 6.2.
Wow.
Did we give her Minnesota?
Well, we pulled that for Trump, but we said it was because the error vote, but that may be, like I said, it could go either way. So put it for her according to that poll.
I'll put a star beside it because we didn't. This is ours versus what the polls say.
Yeah.
All right. So Missouri, Trump, and they got Trump by 15%.
Yeah, he'll
Where is it? I got to find Missouri now. It ought to be right around in this area. Where's it at? Did we put Missouri over with her?
No, we said that was Trump.
There it is. Okay. All right. Nevada, they got it Trump by 0.6. We gave that to her.
We did give it to her. That's interesting. Again, we said it was tight.
Yeah, New Jersey.
We just had a hard time giving them both.
New Jersey, that is hers.
Yeah.
And that's hers by a lot, 16.4. New Mexico, they've got it going to her by 6%. We said that too, but not. We just give a margin. New York, that is definitely going blue, and it's going by 17.6. That's actually less than what I thought it would go by.
Well, I think
It made some inroads in New York.
he has, and I think numbers are going to tighten up a little bit from what they've been. Still a big
Yeah.
blowout, but they have
North
tightened up a little bit.
Carolina, we said it'd go for Trump. They said by 1.3.
Okay.
Ohio, we said that would go Trump. They said by 7.7. I gotta find Ohio on here now.
That's also a Vance is going to he polls well there, so
Pennsylvania, toss up.
it's so close, man.
I put Pennsylvania in her column, but it could go either way. I put Georgia in our column, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Virginia itself, I think we bit the bullet and said it's going to go blue.
We did.
I got to find it here. Virginia. And they said it's going to go blue by 5.8.
Yeah.
All right. Washington.
Blue.
Blue by 19%. Wisconsin. They're giving Wisconsin to Harris by 1.1.
Very close.
Now, we gave that to Trump.
We did.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Colorado.
Blue.
Blue. And they said that's by 10%.
Yeah.
Maine, Colorado. They said by 8.6. I got to find Maine here. Maine District 1, Maine District 2, and Maine.
Yeah, that's another one that's got districts,
I'm not going out. Trump will get a vote. Trump will get a vote, or an electoral vote. All right, Maryland.
Blue.
That will be blue. And they said by 27.2%. Massachusetts.
Blue.
27.7. Massachusetts. I know it's down here. There it is. That's going blue by a lot. New Hampshire. Let's show New Hampshire going blue, and we put it down going blue.
We did.
Going down.
He's drawn a lot of people to him there. I just can't see it going red. It's going blue.
Rhode Island, that'll be blue by 14% by their little thing. All right. Texas, they got it Trump by 7.4.
Yeah. Texas.
That's 40 big vote. Vermont, Kamala by a lot, 33%. You know, I really feel like in a lot of these states, it's not a matter of politics, it's a matter of party. It's not a matter of what's good, it's a matter of party.
Yeah.
Iowa by Trump by 4.3. What did we say? We said Trump. All right, Wyoming, big time for Trump by 38.5. But that's out there in the Midwest, out there west, so yeah. South Carolina, Trump by 11.7. And that goes on with what we had. Utah, they've got it Trump by 25.
Yeah.
So Utah. It's good to see some of those numbers there. Nebraska, Trump by 15. Went along with us, and they got the different districts. I'm not. Kansas, 48% be Trump winning by 5. So there we go. Alaska, Trump by 3. Montana, Trump by 18. South Dakota, Trump by 26. Oregon. All right. This shows Harris by 12, which we figured Oregon for her anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see, Trump by 21. North Dakota, Trump by 27. Indiana, Trump by 16. Let me see, that's not it. There it is. Delaware, it'll be blue. Blue by 18%. Connecticut, blue by 16. Arkansas, red by 15. Let's see, there we go. Oklahoma, that'll be blue by 16.
Red.
Or red by 16.
Yeah.
Sorry, said the wrong one there.
It's okay. Yeah.
West Virginia, red by 27.
Yeah. Appalachia, baby.
I'll find it.
Kill their coal mines.
Yeah. All right. Now, what am I missing here? I got down to the polls here.
Oh, Hawaii. Did you get Hawaii?
I did not get Hawaii, but I'm going back up to the top here. But
it'll
started at Arizona, right?
Did they not list them up?
I don't see Hawaii. I don't see Idaho. I don't see Louisiana, Mississippi, or there's got to be another page here. They wouldn't list all those and then just stop. Why wouldn't they list the other ones? Well, that's just nutso. Well, it's Idaho. It's going to be red.
Yep.
It's Louisiana. It's going to be red. Kentucky's going to be red. Mississippi and Alabama both be red. So, yeah. They don't have Hawaii, but Hawaii's going to be blue. New Mexico, that's going to be blue. New England's going to be blue. Illinois is going to be blue. Although that would be interesting. DC's going to be blue. All right. So, yeah, we're pretty much in line. We got a couple off on the Trump side with 2, Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Well, that's our wishful thinking, maybe,
but she's got one off too on Nevada, so that'll help balance that out just a touch. But it'll be interesting. Now we can compare this out tomorrow. I can't believe they just stopped right there. Maybe they didn't run any polls up there. Okay. There are no public Harris-Trump polls available for the following locations: Alabama, D.C., Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi. That explains it. So, the absence of state-level polling in the above locations has no impact on the national average. So, there we go. So, we're 3 off from what they're saying right now, but we'll see where it goes in. Even losing these 2, Minnesota and Wisconsin, if we pick up Pennsylvania and we got West Virginia, North Carolina, or Georgia, North Carolina, I mean, it's a done deal. So where is LMNO? Yeah, they didn't have no data for, yeah, they do. It's tied in Pennsylvania.
Wow. It's close, man. It is definitely a battleground.
But if we look up and get a Minnesota or a Wisconsin, the Georgia, I mean, dude, we're just going to have to. I don't want to get my hopes up too high tonight. We're going to have to see this.
We're just going to have to watch this thing tomorrow and see where it goes.
Yes. All right, guys. Y'all have a great, wonderful evening. Get plenty of rest. Join us here tomorrow night. We're gonna count this baby down.
Yeah.
Bring your coffee because you're gonna need it.
You gotta
Look, God bless y'all. Have a great evening. Get out and vote tomorrow. If you hadn't voted, make it a priority. Don't care who you vote for. Get out and vote.
And
Your
thanks
vote.
everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
Let's lock and load for tomorrow and see how the states fall.
yeah. We're gonna check ours versus theirs.
I hope ours are right.
I do too. Y'all, God bless you. Salute. Get out and vote. Love y'all. See you tomorrow, probably around 7, maybe 6:30. So we'll be here. All right. Good night, everybody.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast.